From WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Tuesday, September 17th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight we'll introduce you to the latest technology that will help improve patient care here in Hazleton and throughout the entire state. Plus, L.A. Tyrone has the latest on the governor's plans to expand Medicaid. In sports, Beth Mensinger has a Schuylkill League volleyball matchup, plus a big ticket giveaway tonight. Get ready to dial. And meteorologist Joe Garbacek tells us how low the mercury will go in the 7-day forecast. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. There was a drug bust this morning on Hazleton's northeast side. Police seized 577 packets of heroin, 73 bags of crack, 8 bags of cocaine, and $6,000 in cash. L.A. Tyrone has the details.
About 11 o'clock this morning, City Police, its Special Operations Group, and the Attorney General's Drug Task Force raided this home at 597 Carson Street. That's 5th and Carson. City Police Chief Frank DeAndrea says it came after a months-long investigation.
This investigation is the culmination of several months of detailed, in-depth undercover buys and surveillance. And this is one of those that starts with the community's outrage. Some phone calls of the traffic comings and goings at all hours of the night. Some diligent neighbors that are willing to write license plates down and give us descriptions. And then just some really great police work by the Hazleton Police Department.
Now, before they raided the home, police contacted the Hazleton Elementary Middle School, the Castle, and Holy Family Academy, both of which are just a few blocks away, to ask for restricted movement.
I personally contacted Dr. Antonelli, and I sent an officer to each of those two schools, and we placed those schools in a restricted movement. Restricted movement meaning nobody in the hallway, nobody in or out, but the teachers are allowed to continue teaching.
Why?
We know that there are weapons in the house that we were raiding. We did not want somebody to escape with the weapon and then be free in the community.
This is some of what police pulled out of that house. Cash, cell phones, white powder, and a semi-automatic rifle. Police also took out this pit bull. She was owned by the people living there, and DeAndrea says they tried to beat her into being a drug dog.
China is a victim in this whole situation where it's a pit bull that's trying to be bred or raised to be violent. And as you can see, she's far from that. The pit bulls get the reputation of being the dirty, mean dogs. And so I have our Hazleton Animal Shelter here is going to take possession of the dog because the owners and or occupants of 597 are going to be busy for quite some time, I fear.
But China was far from vicious. She was very friendly. She even warmed up to a reporter. She's now in the animal shelter. 3 suspects taken from the house are in county prison tonight. They are 22-year-old Hassan Howell, 20-year-old Rashonda Anderson, and 20-year-old Jawan Cooper, all of whom lived in the house that was raided. They're facing several possession and delivery charges each. L.A. Tyrone, WYLN's late edition.
Thank you, L.A. Pennsylvania State Superior Court was in session today at the Luzerne County Courthouse. One of the cases before it, an appeal from convicted child molester Jerry Sandusky. While Sandusky was not in attendance, his attorneys went before the 3-judge panel in an attempt to have his conviction overturned and a new trial granted. Sandusky has said all along that his lawyers didn't have enough time to prepare for trial. His appeal attorney, Norris Gelman, argued today that Judge John Cleland failed to instruct jurors to consider the victim's delay in reporting abuse when weighing their credibility. Gelman said he's confident the court would carefully consider his arguments. Chief Deputy Attorney General James Barker is confident the conviction will stand.
Now, our view is that this is a solid conviction. Mr. McGettigan and Mr. Fina did a fine job at trial. We don't think that there's any basis for overturning this verdict. As you heard today, 3 of the issues that have been raised on appeal most likely are waived, and the other one we would say simply doesn't hold water.
Jerry Sandusky's wife Dottie was also in attendance today. She talked briefly with our media partner WBRE's Andy Mahalchik as she entered the courthouse.
I talk to him. I write to him every night, and I see him once a week.
How's he doing with it? Is he still confident that he'll be vindicated?
He has hope.
Jerry Sandusky lost his appeal in Centre County Court, resulting in today's proceedings in Wilkes-Barre. The 69-year-old is serving a 30 to 60-year sentence in a state prison after being convicted of sexually molesting 10 young boys over a 15-year period. The FBI says crime in Wilkes-Barre fell last year. It says violent crime dropped by 19% in 2012 and property crimes were down 16%. There were 3 murders, 30 rapes, 76 robberies, and 63 aggravated assaults in Wilkes-Barre last year. While murders and rapes were up from 2011, robberies were down from 129 and aggravated assaults down from 70. Property crimes were also down. The FBI compiles the numbers based on what local departments report to it. The numbers do not include this year. So far, there have been 8 murders in Wilkes-Barre in just over 8 months. It was called Gun Control, a civil debate on a loaded topic, and it was held at Penn State Hazleton this evening in recognition of Constitution Day. In light of the recent mass shootings in Washington, D.C., the topic of gun control has been taken off across America again. The debate this evening allowed a civil and honest discussion of the roles guns play in society. Guest speaker Robert Farago, publisher of the TruthAboutGuns.com, says yesterday's tragedy was horrific, and it goes to show that America needs to get rid of gun-free zones so people can defend
I
themselves.
believe that the right to keep and bear arms is a natural civil right that's also constitutionally protected, and I believe that anything that makes it harder for an American to own a firearm, a law-abiding American, is a bad thing. So I'm against restrictive regulations.
Dr. Arthur Romano, an expert in conflict analysis and resolution at George Mason University, believes there should be stricter gun laws and says states with greater levels of gun ownership generally have higher rates of gun-related murders.
We find ourselves in the wake of a tragedy just recently. Yesterday's mass shooting was the 5th mass shooting since Newtown. This is a topic that it affects me personally. You heard a bit about the work that I do. I do work with folks often living in violence-affected communities, teaching them conflict resolution skills, skills to organize and seek justice, and to try to change the conditions that oftentimes are producing crime and violence. Of course.
For more information on Constitution Day, you can visit constitutionday.com. A Berwick man is accused of operating a methamphetamine lab after his mother found drugs in a basket while doing laundry at a laundromat. 32-year-old John Seltzer is charged with 3 counts of manufacturing a controlled substance and related charges. Police say his mother called them after finding the drug in Seltzer's clothes while doing laundry at Dockside Laundry in Nescapec. She also reported her son having become paranoid in recent months, with him unplugging appliances around the house and claiming the FBI was watching him. Jody Seltzer says her son's behavior has changed significantly in the past 6 months. District Judge David Barilla of Swoyersville arraigned Seltzer Monday and set bail at $25,000. He's in the Luzerne County Prison with a preliminary hearing set for October 2nd. Montgomery County will appeal a judicial order stopping its Register of Wills from issuing same-sex marriage licenses. County Solicitor Ray McGarry will appeal on behalf of Bruce Haynes, the Register of Wills who'd issued about 175 same-sex marriage licenses. Haynes maintains Pennsylvania's 96th law that defining marriage as between a man and a woman is unconstitutional. Last week, Commonwealth Court Judge Dan Pellegrini ruled Haynes had no power to decide whether the law is constitutional or not. The state health department took Haynes to court after he began issuing those in July. Pittston police charged 3 men with breaking into a beer store early this morning. 48-year-old John Patty of Drums, 37-year-old Thomas Gale of Hughestown, and 21-year-old Cody Nelson of Exeter are all charged with burglary, conspiracy, and related counts. Police say they broke into B&G Beverage around 2:15 this morning. Police arrived to find the front door smashed open and beer cans scattered outside the door. They also saw a trail of beer cans leading to two men running toward the river. They caught Patty and Gail after a chase. They found Nelson hiding on the riverbank. They were arraigned by District Judge David Barilla in Swayersville, who set bail at $25,000 each. Tonight, they're in the county prison. The public's invited to take a tour of the Hazleton Area School District's first ever standalone magnet school. A special dedication ceremony will take place tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. The newly opened Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences. The public is invited to attend that special program, which will be followed by tours of the building and the school's first Meet the Teacher night for parents. Again, the special dedication starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow at the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences inside the Can-Do Corporate Center. That's on 40 Azalea Drive in Drums. Again, the public is invited to attend. That massive fire that destroyed nearly 50 businesses and several blocks of the Seaside Heights Boardwalk in New Jersey now has a cause. Federal and county investigators have ruled the fire as accidental. The aged wiring that was compromised by salt water and sand when Hurricane Sandy ripped through the area last year was said to be the cause. Investigators say wiring dated back to the 1970s and was located under a Coors frozen custard stand and the Biscayne candy shop. And somehow they came in contact with each other, causing an electrical arc that is believed to have started the fire. Investigators ruled out all possible causes of the fire, including arson. They say the wiring was inaccessible to the public. The day after 12 people were gunned down at the Washington, D.C. Naval Yard, more has been learned about the gunman. Phil Daugherty has the latest.
Three shots. Pow, pow, pow. 30 seconds later, I heard 4 more shots, and a couple of us that were in the cafeteria knew they were shots and we started panicking.
And a Navy Yard in the heart of Washington, D.C. is the target in a shooting. Authorities are searching for answers as to why a former Navy reservist opened fire at the Washington Navy Yard yesterday. 34-year-old Aaron Alexis killed 12 people. They were 46 to 73 years old. They were all civilians or contractors there. Alexis also died. He was a contractor who began work at the Navy Yard just last week.
That Mr. Alexis had legitimate access to the Navy Yard as a result of his work as a contractor.
Friends of Alexis say he had worked for other Navy officers over the summer, and he may have been frustrated about his pay, but they say they never expected this.
Frustrated at life is one thing, but going out and taking other people with you is another thing.
Alexis was in the Navy's Ready Reserve. He was discharged following a pattern of misconduct. Alexis was arrested in 2004 in Seattle for shooting out the tires of a car. There, he told detectives it happened during an anger-fueled blackout. He was arrested in Georgia in 2008 for disorderly conduct, and again in 2010 for firing his gun through his apartment ceiling. He said he was cleaning the gun at the time when it accidentally went off.
Phil Daugherty reporting. The floodwaters in Colorado are receding, but there are still over 600 people trapped, and there's an effort to rescue them. Plus, those who were evacuated are returning home. INN's Selma Anderson has that story.
Rivers and creeks are still rising after more than 18 inches of rain fell in just 5 days. At least 6 people are dead and 1,500 homes destroyed. 1,200 people are unaccounted for, but mostly because communications are down. Officials say up to 1,000 people are still waiting to be evacuated.
Something's in the water in St. Bernard Parish. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirmed the presence of a dangerous brain-eating amoeba lurking in the pipes. The discovery came after 4-year-old Drake Smith Jr. became infected with the deadly parasite after playing on a backyard water slide with his cousin.
I thought it was going to pull through, but day by day, it kept getting worse and worse.
Young Drake died in August. Tests showed the brain-eating amoeba was in the parish water system, in faucets and hydrants. Chlorine kills the amoeba, but the chlorine levels in the water system were low. Officials say the water's safe to drink, but are warning residents to make sure the water doesn't go up their noses when bathing, for example, or running through a sprinkler.
The amoeba then finds itself way back in our noses and then can work its way into our central nervous system, around our brains, and once it's there, it just causes destruction.
Local schools are shutting down water fountains.
We just don't want a little one to go to the water fountain, get water in their face, possibly up their nose.
I'm a parent, so I am a little nervous and leery about it, but my hopes are just that the parish and at the CDC, they really buckle down and do what they need to do to get this under control.
The parish is flushing the water system with chlorine, but they say it will take several weeks before the levels are back up to standards.
Now that was Liz Cullen reporting about a water problem in Louisiana, which has a brain-eating amoeba. Now we're going to go back to the floodwaters receding in Colorado. Here's the latest on that.
In the air and on the ground, rescue crews have resumed their search for those stranded and unaccounted for in Colorado's devastating flood. Officials blame at least 8 deaths on the weather.
We're just praying for the best. We're just heartbroken.
Kay Rich, like many in Colorado, is getting her first look at the devastation left by days of flooding. Nearly 18,000 homes across the state have been damaged by relentless rain and floods.
Nervous because I don't know what I'm facing. If only I knew. But until you get there, you don't know.
Many have no home to return to. In the town of Lyons, rushing water moved entire homes.
Today is our first day up here since we've been evacuated, and I feel like it's worse than I thought it would be. We lost absolutely everything we own.
Others, like Olga Salazar, remain hopeful.
Survived a stroke and breast cancer. This is not going to end up. We're going to fight. We're going to come back.
And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to get our first look at the forecast. It's pretty chilly out there. Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is outside right now in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center with our first preview of the forecast. Joe?
Oh, thanks very much, Lisa. Last night we had a cool night across our region. Tonight's going to be no exception. Wind's really not much of a factor. In fact, I can see the moon above me, which means skies are clear, and because of those clear skies, we're going to be dealing with some very chilly temperatures once again tonight. We're looking at temperatures, the potential of temperatures dropping down into the 30s. Because of that, we have some frost advisories in effect for parts of our viewing area. Those include Carbon and Monroe counties, even Sullivan, parts of Lycoming and Tioga counties all have frost advisories in effect for the overnight hours. I will be letting you know if we can see a little bit of a warm-up in our forecast over the next couple of days. Stick around. Late edition will be right back.
SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week, Heritage welcomes the taste of fall with Surefine fresh half-peck tote bag apples, only 88 cents a pound.
When it comes to the wire, guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WILN TV 35.
WILN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WILN 35.
WILN TV 35, the event, not just the highlights.
Well, we are dry now as I speak on Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Nothing to show you across our area from Wilkes-Barre down through Lehigh, now through Williamsport and Lewisburg. All points remaining dry, and we're going to continue to see dry conditions through the rest of the overnight hours, and even as we head into the daytime hours of tomorrow. Looks like we'll continue to stay on the dry side of things. How about high pressure? Yeah, that's what's making our weather nice, with a lot of sunshine and clear skies at night. We're down to 50 degrees outside our TV station in Hazleton. Pressure coming in at 30.27 inches of mercury. And there you can see the winds coming in at about 3 to as much as 5 miles per hour. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for today, 66 and 36, the split in temperatures. That's below the average high of 72. Record high still stands of 87. Record low of 36. Keep in mind, the official record numbers are kept at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. And they, too, also got down to 36, which means the record low is tied 1986 in the year 2013. 647, 709 sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. So there again, gotten down to 36, many locations in the 30s. How about Bradford? Got down to 31 degrees this morning, and it's going to be another chilly night as we head through the overnight hours, but we did manage to rebound for the most part into the 60s, with some locations managing to make it to near 70 degrees. 42 now in New Angola, 48 in Berwick, 48 in Monoy City, and 49 degrees in Danville. Satellite and radar high pressure in control, allowing us to see those clear skies across our region. And tomorrow we're going to see lots of sunshine, looking like a very nice looking day as we head into tomorrow. Skycast precipitation and clouds keeps things dry through tomorrow. It'll keep things dry as we go into our Thursday. It looks like it's going to stay dry as we go into our Friday as well. Friday night, I think after all of the high school football games, we're going to see some rain overspreading our area, and we're going to have to deal with showers and storms around for Saturday and some leftover showers around as we go into our Sunday. Again, the numbers tonight, 30s in many locations. Tomorrow, 60s and lower 70s. Tomorrow night, not quite as chilly. I think we'll be dropping down into the upper 40s for overnight lows versus the 30s. And a noontime hour on Thursday, we should be up into the 60s. High pressure is giving us a nice weather. We'll slide offshore as we head into tomorrow, but still giving us a nice looking day across our area. But tonight, got to be another chilly night out there with those clear to mostly clear skies. 30s throughout the entire state of Pennsylvania for the most part. But again, into tomorrow, 60s, maybe some lower 70s. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next couple of days. Not looking too bad across our region. We're back up into the 70s for Thursday and Friday, and then some showers and storms around for Saturday, some more showers around for Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday of next week, generally in the 60s. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers. We want to thank, obviously, the Pennsylvania Lottery for allowing us to share these with you. Our daily 008, the big 4, 1827. Quinto numbers looking like this. 19937 and a cash 5, 12, 16, 25, 28, and 33. Lisa.
Thanks, Joe. Well, get ready to dial and win a pair of the most sought-after tickets in northeastern Pennsylvania. Cirque Musica is coming to the Mohegan Sun Arena this Sunday. It's an aerial spectacular that will amaze the entire family. It features a list of artists doing stunts of amazing strength and beauty. Prepare to be dazzled and prepare to win right now. Call us at 459-1869, extension 1172. And leave us your name, town, and phone number. We will pick a caller at random, and you'll win one pair of tickets tonight. Remember, you can win only once every 60 days, and this is for our live 10 o'clock broadcast only. So call now, and good luck.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Here at Classic Floor Covering, we take pride in all our works of art. Take a look at a few. Classic floor covering. Who do you trust for your floor covering needs?
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. For chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and trophy trout fishermen, which is why we've built our new Discoverer AT3 for all traction, all terrain, all the time performance. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud, host of Storm Politics. Over the coming weeks, I'll be bringing you a comprehensive series on the topic of illegal immigration with guest Michael Cutler, a national authority. We'll discuss pre-9/11, post-9/11, unemployment, terrorism, and what we can do close to home. So stay tuned to Storm Politics over the next few weeks, only on WYLN.
Welcome back. There is a new way for doctors at Lehigh Valley Hospital to care for patients not only in Hazleton, but other Lehigh Valley health networks across the state. Today, Governor Tom Corbett was briefed on this new technology and how it can help save lives and patients money. Late Edition's Ann Gownley has the details.
New technology is helping advance medicine and communication between doctors, nurses, and patients. It's called telehealth, and it uses electronic information and telecommunications technology for long-distance clinical health care. The new technology was presented to Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett this afternoon. Hazleton General Hospital and Lehigh Valley Health Network in Allentown were able to show the governor how the system works. Pennsylvania Secretary of Health Michael Wolf was today's fictional patient, pretending to have a tick bite on the back of his arm.
Mr. Secretary is a 40-year-old public health officer who has been feeling very tired and run down the past week. Symptoms include fever, generalized achiness, and a headache.
I think there was an important part of the history. Or let me just ask, have you been on any medication for this problem?
I started on a general antibiotic, but it doesn't seem to be helping.
The actual system is smaller and is called George. It is a high-definition video conferencing system with a 19-inch high-def monitor that allows doctors at Lehigh Valley Hospital to see a patient at HGH and diagnose him or her. This technology can eliminate the need for a nurse or doctor to verbally explain a patient's injury or disease, making it easier for a doctor to diagnose and determine if a transport is needed.
We think that if we can use technology to help us get that access to specialty care, that's what we should be doing inside the state of Pennsylvania.
According to Governor Corbett, this new technology will not only be a cost saver to the state, but to patients and their families. Statistics show that 90% of patients that are brought into their local hospitals are treated there. The other 10% were transferred to Lehigh Valley. With doctors at Hazleton General Hospital and doctors at Lehigh Valley Health Network, it not only helps save patients' lives, but it also helps them save money.
Obviously, as you've seen here today, a quicker diagnosis and treatment options for those who need it in those remote areas. And doctors, you said sometimes, you need them to come down. And a lot of times they come down, they didn't need to come down, and vice versa. And you don't want to have somebody not show up that should, and somebody really to show up that really could have stayed home.
If we can keep a patient local and keep it less costly, both from a transportation side, but also just a sheer cost to everyone, we think that's what we should be doing.
Hazleton General telehealth nurse Bernadette Barsavage has used this technology and says those patients were impressed.
The patients are very pleased with this service. They feel their total care is being taken care of, and they are able to express their concerns, which are discussed. Their treatment is immediate, so they're very happy about that. They're seeing some progress so that they can recover better. The families are very pleased, and they have an opportunity to ask questions as well, and that helps alleviate some of their concerns.
We think as time goes along, the reality is technology is changing all of our lives in many different ways, and this is just one of those ways. And if it's something where we can make the patient more and more comfortable and more accepting of what they're doing, we think that's what we should be doing.
Hazleton General CEO Jim Edwards says he's excited to have this technology in Hazleton, and it already has made a huge impact in the community.
We've always felt that you shouldn't have to live next to a major tertiary care facility in order to make sure that you're going to be able to get great care here. Not only have we been able to improve the level of care here and are one of the top hospitals as far as quality in the state, we're accessing resources that normally would not be available to a hospital our size. And using the technology, using the telemedicine system with Lehigh Valley Hospital is helping us accomplish that. We've saved lives with the telemedicine program. We've had employees here at the hospital who have had conditions, have stroke conditions, other conditions, that it has saved their lives.
The emergency room employee Edwards is referring to became a patient herself after experiencing blood clots that led to a stroke. Governor Corbett visited with her today at Lehigh Valley.
And through this network here at Lehigh Valley and your telemedicine partnership with Hazleton General Hospital, she was diagnosed quickly through the use of cloud technology by a stroke specialist and received life-saving treatment. The ability to do that is really, I think, the future, and I think you join with me, the future of medicine, not just in Pennsylvania, but frankly around the world.
In the future, Governor Corbett is hoping to have this telehealth system in several hospitals across Pennsylvania to advance access to specialty care. In Hazleton, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. Quite impressive with that new technology, and I'm sure it will save lives. When we come back, Beth is in. She's talking high school volleyball action. Stay with us.
Something magical is coming. Cirque Musica, an over-the-top arena spectacular for the entire family. It's a fantastical musical journey. You'll be on the edge of your seat as these artists amaze you with unbelievable feats of strength and beauty. Prepare to be dazzled as Cirque Musica takes you and your family on a fun-filled adventure. Experience the magic with the arena spectacular Cirque Musica. Coming to the Mohegan Sun Arena Sunday, September 22nd. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazleton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
SAFE, supporting autism and families everywhere, is holding a walk-in resource fair Saturday, September 28th from 9 until noon at the Hazleton Area High School track. For more information, call 570-822-7259.
Schumacher Engineering Incorporated, providing diversified consulting engineering services throughout the Northeast for over 30 years. Call 455-9407 for Schumacher Engineering Incorporated.
WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jen-tastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
Tonight,
in Mahanoy City, it was a Schuylkill League volleyball matchup between the Mahanoy area Lady Bears and the Tamaqua Lady Raiders. Division I Tamaqua is having a tough go at it in leagues as they are still looking for their first win. The Lady Bears, on the other hand, are sitting at 500 in Division II. Number 1, the Lady Bears are trailing Tamaqua, but they will come back to get the win 25-23 when Shayna Leshko sets up Brooke Kufrovich, who will get the game point. Set 2, Mahanoy getting out ahead early with their 13th and 14th points of the set. They win big 25-14 and are up 2-0. Tied at 8 in the third, Marcella Sheeler gets on a roll serving, giving the Lady Bears some breathing room as they go up 12-8. But not for long. Tamaqua comes back and ties it all up. Then it will be Noelle Kaufman. She'll serve next for Mahanoy area, and she will also start a rally, giving her squad the 22-19 lead. After this big volley, Leshko sets up Michaela Lucas for the kill. Tamaqua will soon call a timeout, trailing 23-20, and I don't know what was said in this huddle, but the Lady Raiders' Riley Devlin helps shift the momentum to their side, tying it up, looking to force a fourth set. But it won't be enough as Mahanoy area wins by 2, 26-24 off the Riley Kane point. After the match, we spoke to the Lady Bears head coach, Sarah Baylor.
They started off the first game, they just were kind of scared, kind of timid. They have that deer in headlights look, and I told them, I was like, just shake it off, go out there, play the way they know how to play, and we totally turned it around. And once we started making plays, started making things happen, that's the way we know how to play, and that's how we ended up winning.
When it was tied up in the third set at 24s, Baylor said she had faith in her squad.
Everybody has a job out there to do, and it's crucial that they do their job. The defense has to step it up. They got to make the pass. Without that, we can't do anything. And then the set has to be there, and the hitters have to be there to finish it off. It's a team sport, and we can't do anything individually out there. And I stress that a lot with the girls. We got to do everything together.
The Lady Bears are now 3-2 in the Schuylkill League. Tamaqua hoping to get their first league win against Lourdes on Thursday. More sports coming up in a few minutes, so stick around. Lisa Sugar has your top stories after the break.
The 158th Bloomsburg Fair, September 21st through the 28th, with farm and garden exhibits, arts and crafts, educational and flower exhibits. The grandstand boasts a lineup of entertainment you won't want to miss, with 2 large TV screens, catch the horse races, tractor and truck pulling, and demolition derby, the restored schoolhouse and Veterans Memorial, rides for the whole family, and the best of food vendors. Come and enjoy a day at the Bloomsburg Fair.
Off the Beaten Path is a half-hour program that showcases interesting and unique people, places, and things in Pennsylvania. Hosted by Jeff Bonomo, Brian Bromley, and Ken Cara, Off the Beaten Path is fast-paced, light-hearted, and sometimes even downright funny. Each show, we travel to many destinations in Pennsylvania, including restaurants, events, unique landmarks, and we talk with interesting people. So come with us off the Beaten Path.
Recapping tonight's top stories, there was a drug bust this morning on Hazleton's northeast side. Police seized 577 packets of heroin, 73 bags of crack, 8 bags of cocaine, $6,000 in cash. L.A. Tyrone has details.
About 11 o'clock this morning, City Police, its Special Operations Group, and the Attorney General's Drug Task Force raided this home at 597 Carson Street. That's 5th and Carson. City Police Chief Frank DeAndrea says it came after a months-long investigation.
This investigation is the culmination of several months of detailed, in-depth undercover buys and surveillance. And this is one of those that starts with the community's outrage, some phone calls of the traffic comings and goings at all hours of the night, some diligent neighbors that are willing to write license plates down and give us descriptions, and then just some really great police work by the Hazleton Police Department.
Now, before they raided the home, police contacted the Hazleton Elementary Middle School, the Castle, and Holy Family Academy, both of which are just a few blocks away, to ask for restricted movement.
I personally contacted Dr. Antonelli, and I sent an officer to each of those 2 schools, and we placed those schools in a restricted movement. Restricted movement meaning nobody in the hallway, nobody in or out, but the teachers are allowed to continue teaching.
Why?
We know that there are weapons in the house that we were raiding. We did not want somebody to escape with the weapon and then be free in the community.
This is some of what police pulled out of that house. Cash, cell phones, white powder, and a semi-automatic rifle. Police also took out this pit bull. She was owned by the people living there, and DeAndrea says they tried to beat her into being a drug dog.
China is a victim in this whole situation where it's a pit bull that's trying to be bred or raised to be violent. And as you can see, she's far from that. The pit bulls get the reputation of being the dirty, mean dogs. And so I have our Hazelton Animal Shelter here is going to take possession of the dog because the owners and or occupants of 597 are going to be busy for quite some time, I fear.
But China was far from vicious. She was very friendly. She even warmed up to a reporter. She's now in the animal shelter. 3 suspects taken from the house are in county prison tonight. They are 22-year-old Hassan Howell, 20-year-old Rashonda Anderson, and 20-year-old Jawan Cooper, all of whom lived in the house that was raided. They're facing several possession and delivery charges each. L.A. Tyrone, WYLN's Late Edition.
Thanks, L.A. Pennsylvania's State Superior Court was in session today at the Luzerne County Courthouse. One of the cases before it, an appeal from convicted child molester Jerry Sandusky. While Sandusky was not in attendance, his attorneys went before the 3-judge panel in an attempt to have his conviction overturned and a new trial granted. Sandusky said all along that his lawyers did not have enough time to prepare for trial. His appeal attorney, Nora Skelman, argued today that Judge John Cleland failed to instruct jurors to consider the victim's delay in reporting abuse when weighing their credibility. Gelman says he's confident the court would carefully consider his arguments. Chief Deputy Attorney General James Barker is confident the conviction will stand.
Now, our view is that this is a solid conviction. Mr. McGettigan and Mr. Fina did a fine job at trial. We don't think that there's any basis for overturning this verdict. As you heard today, 3 of the issues that have been raised on appeal most likely are waived, and the other one we would say simply doesn't hold water.
Sandusky's wife Dottie was also in attendance today. She talked briefly with our media partner WBRE's Andy Mahalchik as she entered the courthouse.
Yes, I talk to him. I write to him every night, and I see him once a week.
How's he doing with it? Is he still confident that he'll be vindicated?
He has hope.
Now, Sandusky lost his appeal in Center County Court, resulting in today's proceedings in Wilkes-Barre. The 69-year-old is serving a 30 to 60-year sentence in a state prison after being convicted of sexually molesting 10 young boys over a 15-year period. And finally tonight, the FBI says crime in Wilkes-Barre fell last year. It says violent crime dropped by 19% in 2012 and property crimes were down 16%. There were 3 murders, 30 rapes, 76 robberies, and 63 aggravated assaults. While murders and rapes were up from 2011, robberies were down from 129, aggravated assaults down from 70. Property crimes were also down. The FBI compiles the numbers based on what local departments report to it. The numbers do not include this year. So far, there's been 8 murders in Wilkes-Barre in just over 8 months. And that is a look at tonight's top story recaps. When we come back, the latest on expanding Medicaid. And Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And the weather really starting to cool down across our area. We had a chilly night last night. We're going to have another chilly night tonight, but at least we don't have to talk about any snow in the forecast. Some areas may see some frost tonight, but we had to talk about snow back in time in the Wyoming Rockies back in 1965. How about this for statistic? 23.5 inches of heavy snow. Well, we have no snow to talk about just yet in our forecast, but a little bit of a warming trend. I'll talk about it coming up in a little bit.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazelton, serving the greater Hazelton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Well, Governor Tom Corbett was at Lehigh Valley Hospital in Allentown today, as Ann Gownley just told us a few minutes ago, to talk about medicine. But as L.A. Tyrone reports, there was a political side of his message as well.
The Federal Department of Health and Human Services wants Pennsylvania to expand Medicaid. Now, Corbett had initially opposed the idea, fearing the Commonwealth would get stuck for costs the Fed wouldn't cover. Despite some opposition from his own party, arch-conservative State Representative Darrell Metcalf today called him one-term Tom and a quasi-conservative for even considering it. Corbett has now relented and agreed to expand it, but under his terms. And those terms are quite a bit different from Obamacare. He calls it Healthy Pennsylvania.
So I think the goal is for everybody in this country to have access, and particularly here in Pennsylvania, to have access to quality health care, and providing that quality health care affordable to the patient and affordable, in this case, to the taxpayers of Pennsylvania. And we're doing that through a number of different initiatives.
And he says he's convening a conference to explain it and, for that matter, to sell it to HHS.
We're convening a Healthy Pennsylvania Summit to highlight our best public health practices. And it really will be a culmination of many of the discussions that have already been going on here in Pennsylvania between my administration and the hospitals, the medical schools, the providers, and the carriers. And we're trying to reform Pennsylvania's Medicaid program.
He does have roles for the federal government.
As a result of this effort, Pennsylvania is going to be applying for federal funds to assist in the expansion of telemedicine efforts and to help bring specialty and follow-up care to all Pennsylvanians.
But the federal government doesn't see Obamacare as being related to job creation. Corbett does, because he doesn't believe people should remain on an assistance program forever.
And by doing that, if we can help them find those jobs, they become independent of needing a state-run or a federal-run system, and hopefully get a job with an employer who provides the health care benefits. I'm pretty sure, since I'm in the hospital, that the hospital provides health care benefits, and the state provides health care benefits to its employees, and I'm sure the Morning Call provides health care benefits to you. The whole goal is to get people over into that system and out of a dependency on a program like Medicaid.
And he doesn't see assistance as being free. Unlike HHS, he is talking about recipients paying a small fee.
Instead of having, as Medicaid might have, a number of different areas where there might be or might not be a co-payment, if we have a reasonable premium, and when I say reasonable, I think the maximum we suggested by rate is $25. $25. I think that's pretty reasonable a month. But by doing that, we actually, if we get the people into our Healthy Pennsylvania, we're going to get more coverage because they're going into the private sector and the private markets. And as we well know, there's a significant portion, not hospitals, but of doctors, and particularly primary care doctors, that may not accept Medicaid.
Now, many of those points are in stark difference from Medicaid as it exists now and as the Obama administration wants it to be. Whether Corbett can get its blessings remains to be seen. L.A. Tyrone, WILN, the late edition.
Thanks, LA. When we come back, Beth's in with the second round of sports, and Joe recaps that chilly forecast. Stick around.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Skyactiv, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Skyactiv, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th.
Waived running back Bernard Scott from the reserve/physically unable to perform list this morning. Scott spent each of his first 4 NFL seasons with Cincinnati, but he played just 2 games during an injury-plagued 2012 season. He has 1,035 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in 47 games, including 3 starts. He has averaged 24.5 yards on 73 kickoffs. The San Francisco 49ers have lost nose tackle Ian Williams for the rest of the season. He broke an ankle in the Niners' loss to Seattle on Sunday night. He underwent surgery last night. Veteran Glenn Dorsey will take over the position, and Tim Thomas has officially joined the Florida Panthers on a tryout basis. He was on the ice for his first practice with his new team this morning. Thomas sat out the shortened 2013 season after playing 8 years with the Bruins. The 39-year-old Thomas has a lifetime 2.48 goals against average in parts of those 8 NHL seasons. And last night we told you about the AAA championship baseball game tonight at Coca-Cola Park in Allentown, home of the Iron Pigs. Well, the Iron Pigs weren't in the running to take home the trophy this year. That trophy went to the Pacific Coast League's Omaha Storm Chasers, who got the win 2-1 over Durham. In the majors, the Yankees lost 2-0. In the 8th, the Tigers lead by 4, and the Orioles win 3-2. The Rays fell to the Rangers 7-1. The Twins are trailing the White Sox 4-1, and the Indians and Royals are tied at 3. Reds up big, shutting out the Astros in the 9th, and the Angels and the A's are tied at 1. In the day-night doubleheader, Washington swept the Braves. Phillies win 6-4 against the Marlins. Bucks fall to the Padres. Giants leading the Mets 8-4 in the 9th. Top of the 9th, Cubbies and Brewers tied at 3. The Cards also up big 10-0 on the Rockies, and the Dodgers are leading 6-0. That one is in Arizona. Joe has the rest of your weather coming up after the break.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy.
At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Making your house a home. Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Temperatures continue to fall across our area. Right now, we are in the 40s. We're at 49 degrees to be exact. Our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton. Pressure still on the high side. We have high pressure in control, and that's been allowing us to see those clear skies. With those clear skies tonight, it's really going to allow temperatures to fall once again. I think before all is said and done, we have a shot of getting down into the 30s in many locations. It is now 42 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton, actually make it 49 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport. A little bit cooler in Mount Pocono where it's 42, 49 now in Allentown, 54 in Philadelphia, 49 in Williamsport, 45 in Selinsgrove, and 50 degrees in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures continuing to hold in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Winds really not too much of a factor across our region. And with high in control, basically you just do not get any precipitation at all. It's impossible. Does not happen. In fact, you're going to be limited in terms of any clouds through tonight. And heading into tomorrow, it looks like we're going to see a lot of sunshine heading in our direction. Skycast precipitation and clouds keeps things clear through tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. May see a few clouds here and there, a few of those high, thin clouds, but that pretty much is about it. Staying dry, and then as we go into our Thursday, it's going to stay dry as well. Overall, a nice couple of days heading in our direction, and it won't be until this upcoming weekend that will be our next chance of seeing some rain. Showers and storms around. Another system comes through for our Saturday. That would trigger those showers and thunderstorms across our area. And then there's going to be some leftover rain, some more showers, the potential of some leftover showers as we go into our Saturday. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys at Division of Arc Electric. Going into the next few days, we got 67 as we head into tomorrow, a lot of sunshine. Then we're in the lower 70s as we go into our Thursday, as we go into our Friday. So that's not bad temperature-wise, because normally warmer locations will be near 80 degrees. And then going into Friday night, I think the high school football games will be spared of the rain at this point, but I'll let you know for sure as we get closer to that time period. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms around 72 degrees, and then some leftover showers for Sunday, 67, and in the 60s as we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week. But the good news is tonight's the last of the really chilly nights, because you can look across the board. Instead of 30s, we're looking at 40s and 50s for overnight lows.
Looks nice. What do you think for Saturday in Happy Valley? Rain there too?
Take the ponchos, take the umbrella, be prepared.
Oh, that's
Better
not
not
fun.
rain on Friday, or there will be a very unhappy sports reporter.
Very happy
boy.
sports director. All righty. Well, congratulations go out to Jerry Toder of West Hazleton. Won the pair of tickets to see Cirque Musica. Congratulations. If you would like to have a chance to win, you got to stay tuned to WYLN's Late Edition and see if you can be our next winner. Right?
I've been hearing a lot about that show, actually. There's a lot of promotions on the radio and things like that, so I'm kind of intrigued to see what it would be like. I always wanted to see a Cirque du Soleil type.
I saw Cirque du Soleil in Disney, and it was unbelievable years ago. So
I'm sure it'd be a good time.
It would, yeah, it would. Absolutely. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 10.